people. Hi, it's Randee for Thunderhorse Descendant. I am here today and I am so excited and grateful to be back. I have a spectacular project using Jesse James bead components. I'm going to show you what I have sketched out for it. Where did they go? Well, maybe I am. There it is. This is what I've sketched out for us today, and I'm super excited to show it to you guys. I have never made this before, so you know, hopefully it works out. I've sketched it out. I have some of the wonderful components from Jesse James, which we're going to talk about, to make this necklace, and I can't wait. I've been waiting to make this. So, without further ado, let's get on into it, talk about materials, and then we will get into the beading. Okay, guys, here we are on the mat. Before we get started, I wanted to show you the little drawing that I made for the design of this. Hopefully, our design turns out a little better than this drawing. But as you can see, what I started doing is when I make my designs, I put them in my book. I have this tape that repeats itself, and these are actually publication dates on books, but it says December 79, 1349. So what I do is I put all of my project materials from Jesse James when they send me my spectacular packages, and I put them in these little photo cases, and I label it December 79, 1349. So I know that that goes with this design. These are all the items that I need to make it. And then later, what I'll do is I will go back and I will put my photos. Let's see what I've done here. I'll put my photos in after the design. So here's the feather in the wind one that we made. This was the design for it. These are the items I used. And this is what it turned out to look like. So that's kind of how I do keep track of my stuff. So, anyways, it's a fun idea. And if you like scrapbooking, it's super fun. So that's what we're going to work on today. I've pulled that dish out. And let's get looking at the materials. So inside December 79, 1349, we have the Meteor Shower Duo to start out with. So this is something new. I mean, I think it's new from Jesse James. They're doing duo strands together. And so I saw these and I was really drawn to that red, and I just thought that they were cool together. So this is the duo strands. So this one is called Meteor Shower. It is available on their website now. The next thing I have is a piece of black fairy silk. I don't know how long this is. I guess I didn't look, but I would say it's about one wingspan's worth of length there. This was kind of the project starter. This was on the website. I seen it. It's a crystal pendant, and I really like it. I honestly, though, I didn't think it was going to be that big, but I mean, I am kind of into it. So it's got like a gunmetal kind of soldering around it, and it is glass. This was another cool, it's kind of how it came together, is they had black on black on black cup chain. So I thought, oh, well, gotta get some of that. The black on black on black cup chain to go with my gunmetal crystal. So then, well, this guy's kind of coming out the end, but this is just 1 yard of ball chain, silver ball chain. So I'm going to be doing a multi-layered necklace, as you saw from the design. So I want to make sure that I had different kind of parts and components. I've got some regular clear crystal cup chain for that sparkliness, you know. And then, last but not least, I have this slide connector. So this is a beadle-on slide connector. These can be found on Jesse James Beads, and I'm just going to open it up and show you what it looks like. So this was kind of cool. I was happy they had these because these have those tubes where you can slide your business in, and then you close this tube up. So super easy to make a multi-strand necklace, I thought, which is kind of one of the reasons I thought that this would be a fun project for us. So those are all the things we're going to use today. We got the beadle-on tubes, we got the duo, meteor shower. They also had other colors, FYI. We have the chandelier pendant, the black on black cup chain, regular clear cup chain, ball chain, fairy silk, and we are ready to rock and roll. So let's get on into it. Okay guys, first things first, we're going to start with the red strand here, and I'm just going to cut that apart so that we can get the idea of what we want. Now, the plan originally was to put some of these larger whole beads onto the fairy silk. So I'm just going to cage beads. Now, you could either use those as charms, save them for earrings for this project because they do have a black crystal inside there. I don't know if you saw that. Another spectacular reason why I wanted to use these. I will probably save mine for earrings. Again, up to you. I'm going to put mine to the side. Here you can see on this strand we have, these are glass and they're wide hole. So I'm going to put all the wide hole. These have, I thought these were super cute too because they have ball chain on them, which kind of goes with our theme. So I'm going to put those to the side. And then there are a few here that are not wide hole. So I'm just going to get a little dish for those. Put those in here. Of course, we got some spacer bumper beads. And I got a little medal. Now these have smaller holes as well. I thought these ones had larger holes. Yeah, it looks like they do. I think we'll be able to utilize those on the strand because I think the holes are wide enough. So I'm going to put those with the wide hole. Those I think we could get on the strand as well. And a few more bead caps. So now, to get this ready to rock and roll, the first thing I'm going to do, this fairy silk is going to be our longest strand. That's the plan. And I am not going to put the pendant on this fairy silk because it is, you know, can stretch and whatever. And this is, I mean, it's not super heavy, but I don't want that pulling this down. So I'm actually going to put this probably on the ball chain portion because that's probably going to be the strongest portion. But for this, I'm going to put the beads on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a few of these crystals and these sparkly bits. I don't know if I'll use these bead caps or not. I'm just going to put those to the side for now. But just these ones. Take these out. And I'm going to grab up some ball head pins. And we're just going to wire wrap these. So I need what? 2... 4, 6, probably. So I got my wire head pins here, ball head pins, excuse me. And, I mean, you wouldn't have to wire wrap these all individually. You could, you know, maybe stack. I might stack these together. I want mine to be all different. You guys know how I roll. So I'm just going to wire wrap these. Easy peasy. No worries. So I'm wire wrapping and just cutting that tail off. Tuck that in, make sure he's good to go. Moving on to the next. I think I will do a stack here. Let me see if I can stack this guy and this crystal. So these are going to dangle. Oh, zoom in a little bit. These are going to dangle from the fairy silk, and the wide hole are going to go onto the fairy silk itself. So I'm just doing this kind of fast because we have a couple to wrap here. And if you've been following along with me, you know that I recently got that got my beadle-on cutter, and I'm happy to report that it is working very well. So I'm excited about that. Okay. I really like these drops. I don't know why I was so drawn to this red, because, you know, normally I'm not really a red girl. Sometimes. Sometimes, but very seldom. I'm more on the cool tones I like. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I said that I didn't want to make these the same. So I'm going to stack these opposite each other, because that's just how I roll. If you want to make them the same, by all means, go ahead. All right. So, we are all wire wrapped up here. And looks like we are ready to roll. So I have my little charms, and then I have these wide hole. Now, let me zoom out. I got a little piece of, going to use like a leader wire. This is a little piece of just beadle-on 19 strand beading wire I had left over from a project. I'm going to put the fairy silk in there and use this as a leader. So now I should be able to take the little spacer bead, put both ends in there, and pull him on through. Oh, maybe I'm too far up on the silk. Be able to maneuver it. Maybe I gotta get my plier out. Oh yeah, there he goes. A little bit of muscle, but we got it. All right. So now he's on there. So now I can put on my large hole glass. Now you could just tie another hole, or tie another knot, you know, but I didn't want to have a big knot. This is going to be up towards the top of your neck, so I didn't want to have a big knot there. So now that wide hole is not going to go over that. So that's what we want. So now I'm gonna go back to the leader and kind of got him curly queued up, my little leader wire. But that's okay, we'll just give him a little trim. There we go. And then I will put on this other spacer. Going back with my plier, just kind of got to rock the bead and pull. Be good to go. So now, this will move. So it kind of depends on where you want that. Do you want it tied up like that and then tie it so it doesn't move around? I think I will go with that for this top one. So I'm going to tie up there pretty close to that spacer. Just tie a knot. Now the spacer isn't going to come up over that knot, that overhand knot. So you don't really have to worry about that. But it's not going to be able to move around too much. Okay, and then here's something fun I thought we would try. So as we move down, I'm going to put on a charm that we have wire wrapped. Okay, so I'm just putting him on the silk, bringing him down, and what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. We got 10. I don't necessarily want them evenly, I mean like exactly evenly spaced, but a little bit, you know. So I'll bring him down a little bit. So now here is what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to tie a knot over the top of this charm. So I'm just going to put him on there, and like he's not there, I'm going to do an overhand knot. I'm hiding him. I'm hiding him behind my hand so you can't see him. Like he's not even there. I'm just going to do an overhand knot, pull this, and then I'm going to pull him to where I want him before I pull tight. And I'm just going to go like that. So now he's a little dangle, and he's wire wrapped, so he should be pretty strong there. And now we can move on. So now I'll do a bead. So I'm going to do another overhand knot. Now, of course, when you do knots, okay, you have to know that your string is going to get shorter, because knots really do take up a lot of material. So now this one I'm going to do a little closer than the last one. So I think what I will do is I have these little red spacers, bumpers that come with it. And let's see if we can't get one of them on there. Now he is pretty small. Might take a little to go all the way to the end to get him started. But once he gets through there, this material is very flexible. So, you know, it's not going to hurt it at all, which is one of the reasons I was really interested in getting some of this this seems like more light and airy than some of the stuff I've had in the past. Need a new leader wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use, this is the wire that the beads came on. I'm just going to use that. Okay. So just fold it in half and put your fairy silk on there. And now we can put our bead we wanted to put on there. All right. And then another one of those little bumpers. Now with these little bumpers, when we're doing smaller holes, we got to move our leader real down to the tippy tip here to get him going. And just kind of wiggle. You can see he's going on there. Just kind of wiggle him on. And then once he's on there, you should be good to go. So you can just bring him down. And then again, you'll have to make a choice of where you want. Do you want this to move a lot? Do you not? I'm tying them so they don't move a lot. Okay. So up pretty close to the bumper. Okay. Now we'll put on another dangly charm. I mean, you don't really need this for that, but why not? Just go through the eye of the charm. And just pull him through like the little bumper. Bring him down to where you want him. And then, like he's not even there, you're just going to tie over the top. Just tie a knot over the top of the charm. So that when you pull it, the knot just goes right there on top of the eye. And we will keep going. We still got 2 more bumpers to utilize, so we can utilize those. Before I do a bumper though, I think I'll try one of these, sparkly, big sparkly ones. They're really cool. So I'm just getting him kind of down here. This one appears to have a little smaller hole than some of the others. I mean, it's not tiny, but it's smaller than the other ones. Where there is a will, there is a way. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tie a knot. Well, I guess I could just utilize this portion and be a little more slidey. No problem. I'm just going to tie a knot on down here. Okay, and then I will do a charm. I'll do this other red charm. And what do we got left? We got these left. I think I'll do this other glass one with these bumpers. So this is the most time-consuming portion of the necklace. Oh, forgot to tie a knot. Gotta tie a knot there before your bumper. This is the most time-consuming portion of the necklace. The other portions, because we don't have to do any stringing, are not going to be time-consuming at all. So no worries there. And put the bumper on. And if you're struggling with this portion, maybe move your leader down on the fairy silk a little bit, or utilize one of your pliers with to rock back and forth to get a little more leverage. So that's always an option. Okay. So there we go with that. And I will do the charm. And alrighty. wanted them to not be sitting exactly the same in the same place, which worked out pretty good. I could take and add this other one here or up here if I wanted. Maybe I'll add it on top of here because this charm is going to block that. Let me just see about it. Just because this is one of those ones that has the ball chain on it, and I really think they match nice. Okay, and then I don't particularly love that. So I do have some two little spacers sitting here from somewhere. I don't know where they came from. I'm going to utilize them. And put those in there. Yeah. I gotta make a knot first. Right? Yeah. There we go. Alrighty. So, put the little spacer on there. You guys, these could be fun just by themselves. I'm really having a good time. I'm really having a fun time doing this. I didn't think that I don't know. I thought it's fun. I like it. Might have to make some just like this. I'll just order some silk or fairy silk and do that. Fun. Okay. Anyways, I digress. So get that on there. Perfect. And then one more spacer. You guys hear Jake snoring over there in the corner? It's my hound dog. He snores so loud. Okay. So now I should be able to get one more knot in there. And pull him real close. Because I'm kind of out of tail here. We're going to need that. All right, there we go. We're rocking and rolling. Okay, now, yeah, now they're definitely hanging more unevenly as I like. Cool. Okay, so now this is going to be our longest strand is the idea here. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but that was kind of the idea. The second longest strand is going to be this ball chain. Now, they said this was 36 inches. So maybe this one will actually be a smidge longer. So you could give, if you wanted this to be the longest, you could. I don't. I want this to be shorter than this one. Because I'm going to hang my pendant on there and it's going to be hanging down anyway. So I'm going to give it a little trim. I'm going to take off what looks to be 6 inches. So 30 inches. Easy peasy. All right. The next order of business is going to be, let me move you guys up a little bit. We got kind of quite a lot going on. The next order of business is going to be this clear cup chain. Now, this is going to be sitting in there. The black cup chain. Now, this black cup chain is kind of a little bit, maybe has a coating on or something. So I am kind of giving it a little wiggle to loosen her up a little bit here. So that when it lays, it's going to be playing nice, you know. Now, this one is going to go lay in there like so. Ha, you guys see in the dream here? It's probably a little crooked, but still the dream. And now this one is just an extra one if we need it. Okay, and I also have a little additional ball chain if we need that as well. And when I'm saying that is because I wasn't able to gauge when ordering online how many strands we were going to need to fit inside the total of this tube. So if you've never used these tubes, it's really simple. This is what you do. You take your end of your ball chain and you slip it, that first ball, into there, and that's it. That's all I do. Easy. But I didn't know how many we would need to fill it up, because if you don't fill it up, they're going to move around and it's going to be loose, and you don't want that. So the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out how we're going to tie our fairy silk into that tube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to tie a knot and I'm going to cut it. Now, this is a simple way. Another way you might try is if you wanted to use, let's see if this works, because we don't know if it's going to work or not. Maybe it's too big. Yeah. Well, let's see. Could probably fit it in there. Okay, so I just used my plier to just get the knot in there, and I'm bringing it down to the end. Oh, yeah, that'll be fine. This fairy silk is pretty sturdy. If you are concerned about that, you know, cutting or something, I don't think we're going to have a problem there. Simply because there is a lot of material in there, and I mean, it's not going to be moving around too much once we get that in there. But if you had a concern about it, what I would suggest you do is go ahead and crimp your fairy silk with a crimp tube or crimp bead, and then put on top a ball, a bead cover. So then you could slide that bead cover in there. Okay. So totally up to you. So we have this one on. Now, like I said, I don't know how much we're going to need to add. We're going to go with the ball chain. Let me get you down there so you can see what I'm doing. Now I put the ball chain on. Now we're going to go with the black cup chain. Like I said, this part don't take no time at all. Okay. And then we're going to go with the clear cup chain. Okay. So it looks like I am going to grab some more of the ball cup chain that I have from my stash. And I am going to get maybe 4 strands of that and add in a little cup chain. So I will be right back. All right, guys. So, not to fret. Have you ever gotten cup chain and you don't know what to do with it, so you just put it in a box? This is what you do with it. You get out all the clear. You could use color if you want. Looks like I got blue. I got some more clear. I'm not going to use these because these are gold. You could do mixed metal if you want. But like this one I know for sure came from the dolly box. And that I never used because I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And this one I think also came from the dolly box. Okay. So if you're looking to use up that cup chain or any other materials, these tubes are a wonderful way to do that. Now, I happen to have some 30-inch ball chain necklaces. That were like on dog tags or came in whatever. And I am going to utilize them in this necklace. Now, I am going to be trimming them because I want there to be a tapered look to this necklace. So, you know, and I also want to work in all that extra cup chain that I didn't know what to do with. I'm so excited about it that I get to use it. Let me just see if this is that big dolly cup chain. Is that going to fit on there? Oh, are you going to fit? Oh, easy peasy. That's going to look pretty spectacular in there. Honestly, I'm glad I have that. Okay, so I'm just laying that out there. So now I'm going to go with another ball chain. Now I'm going to trim this up at the end because I don't know how long I need it to be. All right, so we got another ball chain on there. I'm just laying, I don't want this to become a tangled mess. So I'm just laying everything just like this. Okay, so looks like I got to go a couple more. Here's that other Dolly Parton cup chain I had laying around. Put that on there. Keep going, they said. Here's another ball chain. And another ball chain. Okay. So now, just to see if another will fit, I'm going to grab the end of this one because I don't have one handy. Will another fit in there? You know, another one will. So, let's see, how long is this? That's not long enough. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab, you know, I wonder, oh yeah, here's one. I'm going to grab one more. You guys, this is such a good project. If you have scrap chain, I might even utilize this. I'm getting ideas now that we're doing it. I might even utilize this for fabric. Super cute for summer. Okay, sorry, I digress. So now here we are. I want to fill this up. Let me just zoom in. I want to fill this up so there isn't a lot of stuff moving. You don't want movement there. Okay, so I'm going to the very end. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this over with my finger and I'm going to squeeze it down. Then what I'm going to do is, once you can see it squeezed down, I'm going to flip it onto my bead mat and I'm just going to push. I'm going to give it a little of that elbow grease just to make sure it's closed up good. Okay. And there you go. And we're on our way. Let me tell you what. Everything's hanging in there nice. Looks nice. Okay. Now, on to the next portion. I am going to just hold this up. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see, but you see I got this kind of, I got a little mess going on down here. So, I'm going to straighten everything up. Okay. I'm going to turn it this way. And I know you're thinking, Randee, Mandy, you got a mess or what? No fear. No fear. We're going to take the other side now. So it's going to be hanging when you clip it together. You're going to hook onto the extender chain. Okay. So if you have it laying right, your top, your open top, should be facing upwards. Okay. So just remember that, because that can be a little confusing. Because we got this guy not on the end here. Okay. Doesn't go into here. Doesn't go in first. Goes in last. Okay. So let's move that out of the way. We need a ball chain. That's what goes in first. Okay. So now I said I was going to trim these as I go down. Let me see how much I want to do here. I don't want them to necessarily be, I'm going to give myself just a little wiggle room. So I'm just going to cut off about 3 inches to start. Because I don't want a real short short beginning. You know what I'm talking about? Like a real short. No, that's not the right one. I don't want a real short first strand, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So there we go. 20 inches, first strand. Second strand, ball chain. Now I'm just going to cut off a few inches on this guy. You're like, Randee, you're just cutting stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. This is a mess. This is a mess necklace. If you want to cut them all exactly, do that. Okay? Do that. You do what is best for you. Okay? Okay. Third one is also a ball chain. Now this one I'm gonna leave alone, just for fun. The next one is a cup chain, silver cup chain. Now, just so you know, these cup chains, they are gonna move around, they are gonna flip. You know, like when it goes around, that's to be expected. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, now we got the big Dolly Parton one. Not going to cut that one. I really like that one. Put that in there. Okay, Dolly Parton. Now we got a little cup chain. Put a little cup chain in there. Make sure you're only putting one cup. One ball, one cup. Because otherwise your tube's going to get clogged. Now we're going with the black cup chain. The black on black on black. And going with the longest of the cup chain, which is where I believe, are going to put our pendant. And then we go with the fairy silk. Now, remember before I had to take my round nose, I just put it in there, and I'm just going to kind of poke him in, to poke that knot in there all the way. Make sure he's in there all the way. And in the little slot of the tube, and I'm just making sure he's in there. Once he's in there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close the tube. Just pushing enough power with my finger. Now, flip him over, and I'm going to just push onto my bead mat and just make sure that he's closed up there. Okay, make sure nothing's hanging out or nothing like that. Oh yeah, you guys. Oh, I love it. Okay, before I put the pendant on, I'm going to flip you over and because I want to put the pendant kind of on a lower strand, so I'm going to grab a neck thing so we can do it together. Don't mind all my messy studio back there. So here is what we got. Now here's what I'm thinking. I wanted to put this pendant, I'm going to use a large heavy duty oval jump ring, an 8mm. It's going to be silver, but there's silver and black on here, so I don't care, because I don't have any gunmetal ones. And this is the last step, you guys. And I'm just going to pick the point where I want this to hang. So I think I want it to hang on, let me just pull him forward so we get the real deal. You see? Oh, you can't see. You see how these guys are hanging down here? These ones here? I think I want him to be hanging on this one. Not necessarily on the longest strand. I'm actually 1, 2, 3, 4 strands up of ball chain. And I'm just going to close up here. Make sure that's on there really good. Put that to the back. Yeah. So now you could choose to have him hanging in the front above the fairy silk, or in the back behind the fairy silk, whatever you want to do. But when you put this on, that's how she's going to look. So I didn't want this hanging on the very end because I didn't want it hanging way low. And you want, you want it to kind of be nestled in there. You guys, I like it a lot. I really do. And let me flip you around so you can see the back. The back is not a mess. Those tube clips, tube clamps. I know this is not the best video situation, but they really are nice. They keep everything laying good. And even though the front is supposed to look like it's, kind of a messy mess, that's the style. I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay, let me flip you real quick just to show you. Hello. Just to show you a better view. And I, of course, will get video and photos and stuff for you as well. But I just wanted to show you this necklace I have on. Okay. This has a locket on it and ball chain. And I mix it up with this one. This is kind of the same concept. But we added that fairy silk, and you guys, I really like it. I really like all that cup chain and the way the pendant is laying within the layers of it, and how there's going to be so much movement with it. Like, this is a going out necklace. Yes. Super excited. I'm glad I had that big dolly chain too. All right, so that's what she looks like. I'm so proud of myself. So proud of myself. I really like it. Now, before you just take off on me, I want to let you know we still have this the other side. This was only one strand of beads for the meteor shower. We have the clear, and then we also have, remember, the black cage beads for the earrings. So I think what I'll do is I will make these in a separate video, because I actually I don't know if we'll do like a bracelet and earrings, but we'll do something separately with that, because I do have an idea for some snazzy dangly earrings for this that might match this. So anyways, you guys, I'm so happy you stuck it out with me. I will get you all of your videos and nice pictures so you can really see the full effect of it. I'm just so happy that it turned out. I'm glad you guys were here. Please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you can get notified when I put up new videos. I do Jessie James videos every week. So I hope I'll see you guys again soon. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think, or if you try it, let me know how your experience was. These are fun. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.